very, very well for him. If he can get to that sunken colony, he has a lot of zealots left over. Most of the military forces have fallen, just a couple of lings left, and they are all gone. Trying to defend with drones, his hero, and this sunken colony looks like it's going down, and this entire base looks like it is going to go down. He does have some forces moving out in the middle of the map. I'm not sure where they're headed. This is just a little bit too late for him. I think he's going to lose his base. He's morphing some lurkers. Will he be able to get some reinforcements there in time? As well as some DTs are out in the field as well, trying to do some damage, as these Corsairs are looking for overlords, trying to open up a path for this DT, and this DT looks like it will have a chance here at some, oh no, bad, oh man, there is a spore colony there, but oh, will that DT get into the main? The DT gets into the main! DT gets into the main! There is no more overlords in the main. The spore colony gave a window of opportunity for our hero to kill that DT. He did not take it, did not notice it as those hydras were coming up. He had a chance to kill it and not able to do so. And this DT has 6, 7, 8, 8 kills on that DT. Fantastic DT. Hat-trick went down at the 3rd as well, but it's being rebuilt. Looks like a lot of drones went down there as well, so, oh wow. Hero looks like he's lost probably 15 drones. He's not in really good shape here. Cal's lost all of those zealots, sure, but he did a lot of damage, and he's going to take down the Spire, which he will be very, very happy about. Just one more hit, there it goes. Where does he go next? If he can get a couple drones, maybe? He still get a couple drones? Oh, wow. Cal should have been able to save that Corsair, actually, just by keeping it moving. Unfortunately, he does lose one. I was about to say that that was a waste of Scourge from Hero, but Hero able to pick off one Corsair, so maybe not as much of a waste as it could have been. And this DT does have 11 kills, just hanging around inside of the base, just gonna try and be a nuisance, see if Hero maybe somehow forgets to bring in an overlord or something, and really clear it out, or assumes it's cleared out, and could cause a problem. But very rarely do you see players make that mistake, but it's definitely worth the try by Cal, because if they do make the mistake, you know, that could be another 6, 7, 8 drone kills, and of course that could totally turn around a game. Of course, they're still hovering around at the bottom right, trying to pick off these overlords, but a decent Hydros number are in the ground, enough to defend against us, but not enough to really put on any pressure. And I don't think Cal's really too concerned at this point. It looks like he's setting up to take his mineral only. Really, he probably could have done that a little bit earlier. He took out so much of Hero's military force, his overlords, his hydros, that he really probably could have expanded a little bit earlier, but he is going to expand now. Just saw it go down as he builds up his Templar force. We did see he has several Templar. I'm sure he has Storm already. These drones on another Maynard, they're going to get away, but will this DT, I think he knows that those drones are there. His Corsairs overflew him, so he is going to try and see if he can pick off a couple of these drones. He's going to get one? Okay, he got one. He might have been able to get 2 if he had done that maybe a little bit better, but one's not bad. He does look like he's coming in for a storm. I'm going to try and really dominate this economically. Here comes a storm drop. Where are they? He got 7 drones. Nice storm drop. That is definitely a worthwhile storm drop. Now, will he go back to the main? And now he's going to be on that path between the main and the natural mineral line, so he can drop right in the path and then storm wherever. That's exactly what he did right there. But a good turnaround by Hero. I think only 1 drone actually got caught there, so a good turn in terms of keeping those drones alive. If he hadn't, he probably would have lost like another 7 or 8. And the shuttle does go down. Hopefully it was just the 1 High Templar and then he didn't lose like another High Templar and a couple of Zealots or something like that. That would be unfortunate for Cal if that had occurred. But I suspect and I sincerely hope that it was simply 1 High Templar. I think he would have dropped off the Zealots if they had been in there. And that 3rd base is getting up and running. We do have some cannons coming up online to defend against us. So Cal is starting to build up that Protoss ball, starting to build up that army that is really difficult for Zergs to defend against, and that Dragoon count is very, very nice. Very, very nice. Going to be very good against these lurkers, provided he has observers. I wasn't actually paying very close attention to make sure he had observers. I hope he does have some. He should know that the lurkers are coming his way. He saw the Hydras, and I think he saw a couple of the lurker eggs, or at least he should have seen a couple of lurker eggs. So we should be in shape for this. Yeah, we do see at least 1 observer, and there are a lot of lurker eggs morphing, and it looks like all of the Corsairs have gone down now to different things. And an observer, he's got to be very careful with this observer in terms of keeping it alive. And some storms going down from Cal. Nice storms going down, catching a lot of the lurkers, but that observer does go down. The observer does go down now. How many storms does he have left? As long as you have storms, you can just storm right on top of the lurkers. Of course, it takes 2 storms per lurker to take them down, but as long as you have the storms, you can take them down. And pro players are so good at watching and taking down the lurkers just by checking where the spines are coming from. They are very, very good at this. If he's got one more storm there, he can take care of the last lurker and keep this push going. Looks like that's what he's trying to do. But Hero coming with a big pincer attack. That's a lot of lurkers and links coming from behind, and this could be very, very bad for Cal. Cal needs to get on like a move and shoot kind of method here. Needs to try and pick up maybe one of these lurkers before they go down. And yeah, he's got no observers right now. This is really dangerous for Cal. He needs to try to avoid these lurkers as much as possible while he waits for an observer. This is really bad for Cal. Needs to get away from these lurkers. It looks like he's going to try and move to the main. Going to try and get up this ramp and hold out there. If he can try and delay the lurkers a little bit, that could work. And that DT getting more drone kills, but this is really struggling for Cal without those. Without the observers. He's doing the best he can, but without observers there's just not a whole lot. Looks like he's trying to reinforce this a little bit. But Hero with a very nice pincer attack. That was a fantastic pincer attack. Cal building a base at the 12 o'clock behind this attack. Looks like he's going to be able to pick off most of the forces of what's his face, of Hero that are trying to reinforce. And here comes Cal with another attack. He's got one observer. Will it survive? No, it will not. So Cal's not really going to be able to reinforce this attack. It looks like he wants to push in. He really wants to push in, but there's just no real way that he can with these lurkers. I mean, he can put on pressure, but he's going to have to walk right into these lurkers, and long term he just can't stay there. But there isn't another observer. He needs to take down that spore colony before the observer goes down. He's going to lose another one. No. So that observer does stay alive, so he's going to be able to stay in here a little bit longer. Gotta watch out for that flank coming in from behind. Hero coming in with whatever he has left. He doesn't have a lot left, I don't think. I think the economic damage is really hurting him, and you can see that his unit count, his army that he's producing is just not as great, especially in terms of resource value. You can tell as Cal's is, and just producing lings basically at this point, hoping that that's enough to fend off. The Dragoon heavy army makes it so the lings are they a little bit more effective than they would otherwise be, but really not enough being produced. And now with the observer goes into the main, going to take down a couple of these lurkers. As long as he can take down a couple of these lurkers, he will have free reign over the main, maybe even take down the hive. Zerglings moving to the 12 o'clock position, going to try and take this down. 3 cannons there already in position, and those Zerglings having no luck at all. And Dragoons for Cal streaming towards Hero's natural, trying to take this all down. He takes down the spawning pool, and now he's aiming for the hive and whatever else is being produced there. And Hero is just spending whatever he can, every cent he has on Zerglings right now, the fastest producing units that he can, to try and fend this off. The Dragoon heavy build means that these, like I said, the Zerglings are not only his best counter, but they are quite effective, and that is GG from Hero. There was just no coming back from that. Cal really played that very well with a very nice harass. That DT getting into the main was definitely very painful. The +1 attack, the DT getting into the main, and then that storm drop just gave him such a nice economic advantage, and especially in the later parts of that battle, you could really see how much more Cal was able to produce than Hero. So that's that. Both these players, by the way, even if you lose in this Survivor tournament, you are still in the MSL. Hero's not knocked out of the MSL by any means. He just doesn't get that automatic qualifier. But Cal's going to move on, and he's going to play the winner of Hyukenstats, which will be the next game, and I will bring that to you next.